A fully healthy offense that featured Jimmy Garoppolo, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Raheem Mostert, that is coordinated by Kyle Shanahan, should not score 14 points at home against a 31st ranked defense. That is inexplicable and just downright sorry. This is a tweet I just read off of Twitter about the game that we saw today. Hey guys, how's it going? Not much good to talk about today. In a game that I thought we would have to score some points in order to stay with them. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I thought the offense would be able to hold their water against these guys, and Jimmy Garoppolo would have a day. But it turns out I'm wrong, just like a lot of us were wrong. He doesn't seem healthy. Offensive line play was just atrocious. Trent Williams played bad once again. The interior of the offensive line played bad once again. They were able to run it at times, but still the run blocking hasn't been what it has been. And it was just a sorry excuse for an effort. And, if you take a look at the Niners' schedule, the next 6 games, I want you guys to listen to this. So we got the Rams coming on Sunday night. Then we play the Seahawks at Seattle. Then the Saints. Then the Patriots, the Packers, and then the Rams again. So we could, all intent and purposes, go 0-6 in those next games, and it would be a failed season. I mean, that's the type of ball we're playing right now, and it's sad because, I know the deficiencies we have on defense, but to see our offense struggle as bad as they did today was just outright atrocious. And it's the blames to go all around. I mean, you could blame Jimmy, although he looked hobbled from the get-go, and the play calling was just atrocious. But there is a fog over this team right now. Part of it is the Super Bowl loss. It is real. The Super Bowl hangover is real. I never thought it was, but I mean, you look at it now and it's just, this team has like this bogged down feeling to it. And then you have a shortened off season. You have receivers that have missed time with injuries and don't have reps with Jimmy. And it all shows, and it's pathetic. And then you look at the defense. I want you to hear this little soundbite, or not hear the soundbite. I'm going to read the soundbite from Dante Whitner at halftime, during the halftime show that they have. And he says, "I'm putting it on the defense of coordinator Robert Saleh," said Whitner told Garcia and Laura Britt. "You understand that this guy was just on a practice squad yesterday, and you're going up against the number 1 and 2 wide receivers who are 6'3" and 6'5". They have 15 yards rushing. Why are you still playing signal high safety? Why are you playing cover 3? You don't have Bosa to get you a 4-man rush. Why are you continuing to play this coverage? Help this guy out." It's a practice squad player covering Devontae Parker, who was a number 5 receiver in the National Football League last year. How many times does he have to beat you over the top before you play cover 2 and get cover 5 and get this guy some help? And yeah, I mean, was it his name Brian Allen, who was getting toasted all game? He's a practice squad player. He's a street free agent, and that's what you're going to get. To me, Robert Saleh has been exposed as a guy, to me, and this is just my personal observation, who's only as good as his best players. He is not a scheme-altering defensive coordinator. He doesn't adjust. He doesn't make up for the loss of players. He just runs the same plays, down in and down out, trying to play as if he has the same guys on the field. And I was critical of him last year, and I got blasted by people for that. I even interacted with Grant Cohn on a Instagram Live, and he pretty much said that he didn't blame Saleh for any issues. But you saw it last year when Bosa was the only one in the game and D Ford was out, and they had all these deficiencies, how much this defense suffered. So, yeah, the defense played bad. The losses on the defensive line are beginning to show. The Niners can't get a consistent rush on there. And their defensive backfield, I mean, they're down to guys that no one's ever heard of before. They're missing Kwan Williams. They're missing Emmanuel Mosley, who's in concussion protocol still. Richard Sherman. It's definitely showing the deficiencies they have and how they should have addressed things in the draft the last couple of years. The Niners haven't put any investment in their corners because they were depending on their pass rush to be about like last year. And they don't put a lot of onus on their defensive back play, and now it's showing. They're getting exposed because they didn't put any investment into that position. And unfortunately, in this offseason, in the draft, they're going to have to put more into their defensive line again because they need to have guys who can spell Bosa, guys who can maybe replace D Ford, and they need to have that depth at that position. And they also need to reevaluate their defensive backfield and put some free agency money or draft capital into that position as well because it's showing. Offensive line, I mean, what can you say? They've just been horrendous. Jimmy was getting killed out there today. And the fact that he can't move made it even worse. The Ross Dwelly blitz miss, he almost got his quarterback, knocked out of the game. Jimmy's a tough guy. That had Leonard Marshall vibes all over it for any of you who were born and around for the 1991 NFC Championship game. You know what I'm talking about. C.J. Beathard came in, and just as I thought, played horribly. He's slow. His mechanics are slow. His processing is slow. Whatever he did during the Eagles Monday night game, he was playing against soft zone. So that was obvious. The Niners might have to go back to Nick Mullins because, at least he processes things a little bit better. What good is Jimmy if he's not healthy and he's just going to get blasted back there? Again, the Niners have all their weapons back on offense. And I'm really sick of making excuses for this, guys. And there is a lot of excuses to be made with injuries and, no training camp and all this and that. And, being down to, the basement barrel, bottom of the barrel free agents in your secondary and guys in your defensive line that you hope you never had to depend on. It's all coming to fruition. And, if these next 8 games are any indication, this season might be over before it gets even started. So tough to watch. Feels like the Tom Sula days. It feels like the Chip Kelly days watching these games. So hopefully the Niners can right the ship. Hopefully the Niners can be more competitive, fix their offensive line issues, quarterback play issues. Hopefully they can get some defensive back help and guys can come back in the next couple weeks. The Rams can move the ball. The Saints can move the ball. The Packers can move the ball. This is going to be a stretch that's going to determine the season, guys. So get ready. This thing could get ugly pretty fast. So try to keep the faith. I'm having a hard time myself. That's pretty much going to do it for me. I don't really have any statistical things to throw at you or anything positive to say other than next week's another game and we can right the ship and go on from there. But this looks like it could be a long season. The season that has a cloud over it for many reasons, and it doesn't look like it's getting better anytime soon. So, all right, guys, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you on the flip side. If anything drops, I'll let you know. But until then, see ya.